Alright guys, so right here we're piecing in the actual mirror part. You want to work your seams so that when you lay them out, they will be the least seen, so that basically we have a seamless mirror. So as I'm trimming around this mirror, I'm using a new blade. Right here we're working our first big piece. We're trying to get in that little valley in there, and it's definitely not an easy one, but with a little bit of patience you can work your way in there. The mirror is actually two pieces. It flexes a bit between those two pieces, so you're able to work each side at a time, and that's your best way to keep the seams clean and keep as little amount of seams as possible. Trying to make where we are going to seam on body lines so that they basically are hidden. You won't be able to see them really, so you'll be able to see that towards the end of the video once we're doing video of the end result. Again, just be patient, use heat as needed, try not to stretch too much. This material is 3M Gloss Wicked. It's basically the midnight purple color that Nissan Skyline's used. It's very close to it at least. Good looking color, good material. Just going to continue seaming pieces in here, cutting off the mirror as much as possible. Just taking our time, getting things where we need them to be. Using heat after every piece to make sure all the edges are sealed up, the piece is heated in, making sure things are good to go before we move on to the next piece. This mirror ends up being about 8 pieces total, but once you see the end result you won't even hardly notice. Try and wrap things so that they last. I'd rather make a few seams here and there than the material possibly failing and end up pulling back and having to redo it. We've got all these little pieces close to the car, wrapped and mounted on, and then wrapped up, and then we will actually mount it to the car so that we can really pull and tug on that to really get that last big piece on there. It's just a big bubbly area, so we're going to need it to be mounted to make that happen.
Well, I'll try.
Is that a Skyline on your bike?
It's a freaking Skyline, man. It's a Skyline. Yes! Now this is the terrible part, because you gotta do all of them, and you gotta not shove them down into the doors either.
As you can see, we've got the mirror mounted. Right now I'm doing a pre-stretch of the material. For mirrors, this is what I usually advise. It makes things a little bit easier wrapping the mirrors. Gives you a little bit more shrink when you need it around these big bubbly surfaces. So I definitely advise a little bit of pre-stretch both ways on the material. Definitely advise pre-stretch though. So we're working this in, we're being patient, working all this in, trying to cut so that our seams are hidden on body lines, major contours of the mirror. Using heat to stretch and shrink. Again, I don't advise stretching the material more than you have to. As little amount as possible, I believe will give you the best end result, so you don't have to worry about pieces failing down the road. This is the 3M 2080 material, and it comes with a mask on it, so you can see when I peel that, the color really starts to pop off there a bit. You can see more metallic showing now. Using a sharp blade whenever we are making our cuts, so we can trust the pressure that we're putting on it and whether it's going to cut through it or not. So on this piece, you can see I worked the bottom first, got that trimmed up, and then now I'm working the top. When we make our seam, it'll basically be seamless and you won't see it as much